At the outset, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the university authorities and also my sincere thanks to the chairman of the Department of Journalism as Mass Communication, Professor Kakde sir, and also Tamina madam, and all their supporting staff. They are organizing this online coaching classes for the net and set students of our university and across the university also. This is one of the very good initiative they have taken in order to train the students to get into the net and set examination. So for me, they have given the topic on ICT in research and research ethics. This is one of the most important topic today. We have to discuss what is the role and what are the uses and application of ICT in the research, and now there is a lot of misconduct of research is taking place because of using of this ICT. So how you have to overcome, how you have to maintain the quality, excellency and the integrity in the research work. So in this presentation, I will going to cover all the ICT components which have been used in the research work and also for the detection of the plagiarism content in the research work. First of all, I would like to start with the what is ICT, how it can be utilized for the research work. ICT is basically it is a information communication technology, which is a integration of technology, which has been integration of computer technology, communication technology, Wi-Fi technology and RFID technology, and today's social platforms also using in this technology. It is one of the technology most influence on everyday life, and it is one of the technology, it is integrated in everybody lives of the people across the world. It is one of the most important and it is totally influenced every life, and without knowing or notice we are using this technology for various activities. So also we are using this technology in the research also. This technology can be effectively utilized for the research for various purposes. So in order to use it for data collection purpose, in order to conduct the literature survey purposes, in order to compilation of research data and also processing of the research data. So for many things this technology we are using it most effectively and efficiently. So this technology we can use it for most important works in the research. So in the ICT technology, computer is one of the most ideal place for research because computers functions are almost whatever we are dealing with the functions of computers, that is data organizing, data storing, data dissemination, data presentation, data classification. Exactly it is most suitable in the research work what we are carried out in our day-to-day research activities. And as I told, the computer is one of the most important and essential tool for the, or it is a technique for the research work. So it is revolutionized the entire process of research activity across the globe also. So as I told, basically the ICT technology used for collecting the data. Nowadays we are collecting the data from the respondent, from various respondent or from the target populations. Now the technology are effectively utilizing this. Now many online tools are available today by using just like a Google form and others, Survey Monkey. We can use this technology. We are collecting the data for our research activities, and this also used for the storing the research data in the most effective way. And also we can use the editing of the data, because manually it is difficult, very difficult for us to editing the data, but once we use this technology or Excel, means it is most effectively you can do it very fast, it very accurate. And apart from this technology we can use it for sharing our data, sharing our research findings across the research world, and also with our research community or research scholars. They can also give some suggestions and feedback for the enhancing the quality of our research work. So this technology, especially the ICT technology, it allow the people and the organization to interact with the digital world. So basically we are using the digital technology for this ICT technology. The computer is one kind of devices, or it is electronic device which is most effectively utilized for the data processing related activities in the research work. Apart from this, another very important technology what we today come across. It is a totally a revolutionized technology, that is internet. Internet is one of the, it is a global level networking system. It covers the entire world, entire globe. So everywhere we can find the internet today. Without internet there is no lives at all in this today context. So this internet, we also call it as a, it is a source of information, and also it is also called as a, it is a super highway of information. We can able to collect every bit of information across the world, anywhere, at any time, at any moment, within a fraction of second. We can able to collect the data across the corner of the world. Therefore, it is one of the globalized information portal through which we can able to collect the entire research activities and data across the research world. So today what we know as a, it is a world wide web, WW web technology. We are effectively utilized for the data processing and data activities and all data extraction. And apart from this, nowadays social media play a very important role across this research work. It can be used for various purposes. Research is another very important area in which we can utilize this spatial platforms, online spatial platform, to share our research data, share our research findings, share our thoughts regarding the research work, and you can get the comment or you can get the feedback, we can get the suggestions about our research work. We can enhance the quality and visibility of our research data across the world. So those are the days we could not able to share any of our, so our research visibility cannot be visualized across the world, across the research community, across the globe. Nowadays there are so many social platforms are there. Through that platform we can able to enhance the research output, output of any individuals or any researcher. You can enhance the visibility of our research work. You can showcase your research productivity across the research world. They could able to see the people of your same disciplines or any different disciplines. They helps a lot, and they give a better suggestion and constructive suggestions for your research work, and they will also refer your research work, and they will quote some of the your research work in their research work. Through that you also get the citations. Through this we can enhance the visibility of our research output, and also you can enhance the research productivity of our research, and through that we can able to get the H index, citations, all we can get it. Our name and fame will goes because of this online platform media, and this is because of the ICT technology play a very important role in this context. So as I told, many technology we are using in the research work, because research work is a very complex and very compound phenomena. Many technology integration we have to do it, a lot of data we have to collect it, it has to process it, it has to synthesize it, it has to analyze it, it has to present it. Very complicated data we have taken, sometimes very voluminous of data, so very data is of the sea voluminous, so that has to be processed manually. It is very difficult for us to effectively we can analyze the data. If we have a tools and techniques of ICT, it is most useful, it is most helpful for the better organization of the data in the most and efficient manner for everyone, so that we can able to present the data most effectively. So in the next slide, it is most useful for us is one of the thing why the ICT useful to the research process. So there are various characteristics what we have studied with respect to the computers. One of the most important characteristics of the computer or ICT means one is the speed. The speed is one of the important character of the ICT. So the speed at which it works, especially if you see the computers nowadays, the computers work at the speed of microsecond and nanosecond. So that speed is required because we have to do a lot of work within a stipulated time. Because of that speed, now it is possible to process the data most effectively and efficiently with a minimum time. That is one of the important characteristics of the computers. And second one is the accuracy. Exact result we will get in the computers, because in the some of the experimental research work we can get the data after decimal point. We have to put 20 digits or 20 numbers we have to put, that much of accuracy we have to maintain in order to accept the null hypothesis or reject the null hypothesis. Accuracy is most important, especially in the chemistry and biotechnology and bioinformatics. So there we can get the accuracy level should be very high, otherwise it leads for the misconception of information. So through this ICT and computers we can able to maintain a high level accuracy of results, exact data we can able to get it. It is one of the most important with us. And secondly, another characteristics by using this ICT is we can able to organize the data most effectively and efficiently. Data can be represented in the form of table, chart, graphs, so as to even layman can able to understand that table, look into the table, we can make the comparison, how the frequency distribution takes place, what is the percentage of each subgroups, comparison can be done. If you look into the raw data, so it is very difficult for us to take the judicious decision and making the comparison among the different level of subgroups. So this, by using these computers or ICT technology, we can able to present the data in the form of table, in the form of chart, in the form of graphs most effectively and efficiently. Everyone able to can understand that concept and they can analyze the data in the different perspectives. They can write the analysis also. This is one of the most another important characteristics of the ICT. Next one is another important characteristics of the ICT is the consistency. Consistency is one of the most important in the we have to maintain in the research activity or in the research process that can be achieved in the ICT technology if you applied in the research activities or research process. Apart from this, using this ICT technology, we can use the various searching tools. Nowadays, there are many searching tools are available for searching the literature or searching any piece of information, any content, any information in the internet world. As I told, internet is a super highway of information. It is a global level network. It is a network of network, contain a ocean of information. So it is very difficult for us to search the particular and specific information. If we have a specific research tools, means using these tools we can able to search the specific information, any piece of information within a fraction of second we could able to access within our own second, within our system, within a fraction of second. That is the gift of technology. Anywhere, at any time, at any moment, within a few seconds you could be able to get the information at our tip of the fingers. So this way the technology is totally revolutionized in information processing and information accessing. And apart from that, today we have a blended and most voluminous of e-resources are available across the world. So if you pass one day, means across the world, so every day more than 3 lakhs pages of information is uploading across the world, every discipline, because most of research activities taking place across the world, most of academic activities are taking place across the world. Everyone, they are uploading the content what they have done in their research work. So that way the information super highway taking place, the information explosion is taking place in the internet. We come across the lot of e-resources in the internet. So these e-resources are very useful for the research worker to develop the conceptual framework of the research work, to get the concept of the research topic, and so write the background and understanding the methodology of the research work, and understanding the research design of the research work, and also sampling designs, statistical designs. For all these things we have to refer the background, previous studies, what it has taken place in your area of specialization. So it is possible to conduct the literature survey. This literature survey can be conducted by using various online searching tools are there. That tools can provide a most effective, relevant, appropriate technology which can use the most useful and relevant articles related to your research work. That can be most effectively done in the research work. So as I already explained, so it will be most useful for speeding up the research work and increasing the knowledge of contribution in the research work. So, because while you are doing the research is basically what research is nothing but it is searching for the knowledge, searching for the truth, searching for the facts. We have to find the solution to the given problem, find the answer to the given question. So, while you are searching the answer or searching the answer solution to the problem, so we have to do a lot of exercise. So, by using the technology, it is easy for us to get the accurate exact results for the given problem. So, this way the technology is most useful. So, while we are doing the research means always research help us to develop the knowledge, always the research help us to contribute the knowledge to the existing knowledge. It helps to development of new concept, development of new theories, development of new laws, new principles, and totally it helps for the development of body of knowledge in the existing domain. So, this way the research is help us for many new things can be discovered, new hypothesis can be developed, through that new models can be designed. So, and it can provide the best quality of life, also increasing quality of in the research work, increasing the betterment of living standards. So, this way the research helps a lot indirectly or directly for doing the research activities in every discipline. So, in the ICT with respect to research, one is speed up the research work. So, because in while you are doing research work, we have a stipulated time for doing the research work. Within the stipulated time you can complete this research work. So, if you do manually that research work means it takes so much of time for compilation, data analysis, data interpretation, and writing the research work all. So, it is highly impossible for the researcher or anyone to complete the research work without using the technology within the stipulated time. Within the timeline, it is highly impossible. Therefore, new technology tools, techniques are available for the research work. You can apply those techniques and you can speed up your research work. So, those are the days when we were doing the PhD thesis or PhD work. So, at that time manually we supposed to collect the literature. So, we have visited many more than 6 to 7 universities, libraries. We have spent 15 days in each universities. Manually we have browsed the journals, articles, and we will get the xerox of your journal. Now, it is not the time. So, we have spent more than 6 months only for the collection of literature. Manually we have to collect it, but today it is not like this. There are so many databases are available. In every subject they have the specialized databases are there. For example, in our library science we have a LISA is there, LISTA is there, Scopus is there, and even the Web of Science is there. Many DOAGZ, Director of Open Access journals are there. Many databases are available. Just if you give the keywords in the databases means within a fraction of second it will give the many of the relevant articles which are published on your area of research work. Even if you go to the referencing style manual management tools, for example, if you take a EndNote, if you take a Mendeley, if you take the Jetero, all they are the referencing management tools. So, they are ready-madely, they will give the what are the articles published in the area of your research work. So, country wise, year wise, all they have given it very specifically and very systematically it will. So, the literature survey can be conducted within a fraction of a second. Nowadays, we have reached that one. We can able to collect 300 to 400 articles within a few minutes. We can collect it, you can organize it, you can present that bibliography and references and citations according to the your style manuals. If you want this style manuals according to APA, you can present it. If you want, you can present it in the MLA style manual. If you want in the any other modern MLA style, you can present it. Chicago styles, you can present it according to the whichever the style manuals you want. Within a fraction of second, you can present data with the utmost care, comma, colon, semicolon, punctuation mark, everything can be done and taken most care for the presentation of the references. This way the technology help us for everything, for organization of the data and also for the presentation. So, apart from this, by using this technology, ICT technology, you can enhance the quality of your research work. Most accurate data can be presented, and the data can be presented in different statistical approach, and it will be help us for draw the very meaningful conclusions, and meaningful inferences can be drawn from that out of this. This way the technology helps a lot, and today there are so many statistical software packages are available. You can apply most complicated and advanced statistical tools, you can apply it. How can you draw, and you can reject the null hypothesis, or you can accept the null hypothesis based on the outcome of the test result. From that point we can draw many conclusions. It will help us for many discussions, because if you do that calculations manually, means for example, if you apply a multiple regression analysis, or if you want to apply a factor analysis, suppose if you want to apply a determinant analysis or any quotient analysis, so they are very complicated, very advanced statistical tools. Sometimes it take 1 day or 2 days for completion of that work. But if you use it SPSS or any other statistical, for example R programming or Python programming, within a fraction of second, within 5 to 6 steps, you can able to get the result. That way they are more useful and better. You can increasing the strength of your quality in your research work. That way the technology are most important. It is more useful, it is more helpful, enhance the quality, and it will also enhance the standards of your research work, and your article and your findings of the research work is much, it has been appreciated across the research community and across the globe. It has been well recognized. That way the technology is most important, it is most influenced in the research work, and it can be used most effectively. So has to enhance the quality, enhance the visibility, and enhance the availability of your research work. That way technology is most important for us. It has a ideal place for the research work nowadays. By using this technology, we can able to enhance the extended data accessibility is available, and anybody can see your research work, and they can able to see the entire research procedure what you have followed in the research work. They can able to understand the concept behind in the research work. They can use their research work, they can understand the availability, because your research works are available in the online platforms. They can use those articles, they can appreciate your research work, and they can also quote your research work in their research work. Through that you can get the number of citations, you can get the, and your H index will also enhance it. So the technology help us for the data collection and management system can be done most efficient way by using the technology. Now as I told earlier, we are conducting the survey work for the social science. We are manually visiting the all the places and the respondents for collecting the primary data from the respondent. Nowadays by the gift of this ICT technology, it is possible to conduct online survey, because while you are going with manual survey, it is taken so much of time, so much of energy, so much of money we have to spend on this for just collecting the some information from the respondent. But that can be most effectively you can conducted through the online medias or online tools. You can use it. For example, Google form, you can use it and collect the data. Within few minutes you can get the feedback. Automatically the Google form will take for organization the data. So for example, it is automatically process your data and it will convert it into table form. You need not once again process the data. So automatically the technology will take care for the how many students respondents are given the feedback. Accordingly that percentage, according to that size of the sample, it is calculate the, so variable wise it calculate the table, it present the table, it present the graphs, it present the graphics. So that is most useful for us. For just what we want to do is just write the analysis and present it. That way the technology is became a most ideal. They are pervasive, especially in the each and every process of research work. Most importantly, many technology we are using it. So, data analysis as it is one of the most important steps in the research or it in the research process. A process basically we are collecting the, we are process the data, we are analyze the data and more effectively by using various software tools. Most of the cases once we collected the data means and the data has to be organized, it has to be presented, it has to be classified, it has to be analyzed with various angles in order to fulfill the objectives of the study. So, manually if you do means we come across many mistakes, we come across many errors and it leads sometimes misleading information. So, if you use the software tools for analyzing the and presenting and classifying and organizing the data in the tabular form or the graphics form or it is a chart form, it is most effectively organize the data. Therefore, by using this ICT technology, we can able to handle large data set. So, even your sample size if it is more than 1000 means also most effectively within no time you can organize the data most systematically and efficiently. That way the tools are most helpful for us today in the research work. Apart from this, this technology is also useful for the, we can collaborate our research work and we can communicate our research work, because today's research is we can do it singly, but if you collaboration can done more, it give a more effective results. So, you can share your research work, you can collaboratively carry out your research work with two or more same interest area of scientist or the researcher. Still you can add more inputs for the enhancement of the quality of your research work. So, it is helps for collaborating your research work with others, maybe within the nation or outside the nation. At the global level you can share your research idea, you can share, you can collaboratively work with others also, so that you can enhance the quality of research work. You can also share your research work across the research world or the research community of your area or the scholarly communication of your area. They can add more inputs for the advancement and betterment of quality of your research work. And as I told, by using this ICT technology, one of the very effective work we can do in research is literature survey. So, that can be done most effectively and efficiently. Many tools are available, many databases are available, many search engines are available. Today we can use the basic search engines are available, advanced search are available. You can use any one of the search today according to your requirements, according to your need, you can organize the data. For example, if you go basic search engine, if you give the keywords means it will give the some of the important articles related to your research work. If you use the Boolean operators means you can apply some filters, you can get a exact information of your requirement. If you go to the advanced search engines means there you can apply various filtering mechanism. By you can filter by country wise, you can filter by gender wise, you can filter by the single authors or multiple authors, you can filter by the word format also, file formats. Only I want PDF means you can get PDF. You can also filter by year wise also, chronological orders. Only from 2020 onwards I want article means just it will pick up all that 20 after 20 articles, 2020 articles which is available in PDF, which is only published by Indians. We can filter it, we can extract it. That way the lot of advanced mechanisms are available in the searching tools in the web technology. That way the literature and the ICT help us for conducting the literature survey and communicating our research findings with others, and we can collaboratively do your research work through the various online platform. That is most useful for us. Apart from this, today because of this technology we are heavily using for various works in the technology, it leads for many misconduct of research. for example, violation of Copyright Act, violation of intellectual property rights, and slow down the quality of research work, and also there is a lot of misbehavior, misconduct of research is taking place, and also we are misusing this ICT technology in the research work. That is one of the most alarming situation nowadays in the research work. Heavily we are using the lot of technologies, and just we are applying the technology without application of mind. We are just making the copy, cut, paste business is taking place in the research work. Because of this, the quality is come down, and totally this is a presentation of work is taking place. So, that is the most important alarming situation in which we have to address these issues. That means, the research ethics is a most important area. Nowadays, many institutions across the world, many organizations, many government, they have taken very serious note on it in order to overcome this kind of misuse or act. There are many tools are developed, many technology are developed, many softwares are developed to detect this kind of plagiarism content in your research work. The technology can be used in the research in totally 3 phases. So, what are the stages? There are so many stages are taking place in the research work, that we call it as a process of research work. So, it starts from the identification of the problem, selection of the research problem, formulation of the research problem. Later we have to collect the background literature related to your research work. After that, we have to frame the objectives of your research work. Later, you have to formulate the hypothesis related to the objectives of research work. You have to go for methodology of research. After that, you have to formulate the hypothesis also. Later, you have to go with the research design. You have to design it. After that, you have to do the sampling design for your research work, for the collection of the sample, what method you have to go for selection of the sample, how you have to select the sample, which kind of technique you have to use for selection of the sample, and later data processing activity has to take place, and you have apply the various softwares for the analysis and presenting the data, and testing the various statistical test, and application of that test in your research work for accepting and rejecting the null hypothesis. Later data reporting has to be done it. This way series of processes takes place in the research work that has to be done most effectively and very efficiently. So, the totally in general technology, ICT technology can be used in 3 stages in research. One is application of ICT in data, in the pre-data analysis. This has been categorized as a first stage of application of ICT in pre-data analysis, and second one is application of ICT in research analysis, in process of research analysis, and third one is application of ICT in post data analysis. This way the ICT can be used in research under 3 different stages. One is pre-data analysis, in research data analysis, and last one is the post data analysis. This way ICT can be used in the different stages of your research work. So, let us we come about the what are the pre-data analysis, where we can use the ICT for the pre-data analysis. As I already explained, the literature survey, and it will indicate the availability of the literature in the area of your interest, and also the availability of article. That will help. So, before to conduct the literature survey, you start with ICT. We can use various databases, various social platforms, and various search engines, and because we are morely concentrating on the e-resources, it may be internet based resources or it may be online based resources that can be extracted, that can be retrieved with the help of this ICT technology. Various tools and techniques you can able to collect it within no time. Another one, we can able to check the thesis and dissertation availability. So, if you go to the Sodhganga, it is one of the Indian thesis and dissertation repository. So, we can able to know the status of research, what are the research work so far it has done in this particular area, what are the topic on which the research has taken place, and what are the area the gap is existed. So, we have to come to know that. You should see that one of the basic purpose of doing literature survey is to know the background literature, what exactly so much what is the status of research it has done in this area. Secondly, so we can able to identify the research gap where the research is not been done. Always the real researcher is a one, he has to do the research in that gap only. You have to fill up that gap. That is the more challenging task for the researcher. That is the real research. If you do already it is done, same area if you do the research means there is no use at all. Already they have done the research work. Again you are doing also for on the same line, and your work is became almost duplicate in nature. So, extra new concept we could not able to develop it, new extra things cannot be developed, new concept or new hypothesis cannot be formulated. Therefore, always you have to identify the gap and develop your research work. In that area only you have to do the research, so that new things can be visualized through that gap only. And so content literature is also another, you can do it, tracking of data collection you can do in the pre-data analysis only. So, we can able to consult now many more databases, like as I told in the library science, we have ELISA is there, library information science abstract is there, LISTA is there. So, most of our articles also indexed in the Web of Science, also indexed in the Scopus databases, also indexed in the many journals, many databases are there. Emerald is there, SAGE is there, JSTOR is there, J3C are there. There are various databases are available in social science and subject wise. For example, if you take economics, we have Economist is there. If you take a social, as a SciLit is there. So many databases on respective discipline they are available. You consult that database, give the keyword by using the Boolean operators and or not, you exactly extract the data and collect the data, retrieve the data, and you take the full text of the article, you start your literature. It will give the some insight into your research work, then you can able to understand the what exactly the research problem is there, where every stage and every steps in research the technology will helps, technology will make more efficient for you to do most effective research work. So, if you come into the, this is the area in which you can apply the technology in the pre-data analysis. So, and second stage of the ICT technology and research is that is in research analysis of data. So, that is research data analysis. In research data analysis, during the course while you are doing research work, the presentation of data, it is most important. So, again we are using various kind of referencing style manuals we are using in the research work, because one of the art and most requirement of the research is every chapter you should write and you should give the citations, you should give the references, you should cite the bibliography for the whatever the work you have followed, whatever the articles you have referred, and you should quote it. That can be effectively done by some of the readily available referencing style management tools are available. So, they can use it. For example, EndNote is available, Zotero is available, Mendeley is available. Just you give the keywords means it will list out all the important articles and important works and findings of your research work. It will display. So, according to your requirement, if you want ascending order, chronological order wise, alphabetical order wise, if you want, because various styles manuals are available nowadays. If you are interested to do and quote your research work according to APA style manual, you have to quote according to APA manual. If you are interested in the MLA style manual, you can immediately change MLA manual. You can quote all your references according to the MLA style manual. If you are interested in Chicago also again you have to refer all whatever the style manual we have. So, there are 7 style manuals are there. So, wherever they were, so according to your requirement in which you are interested or your disciplines are given the guidelines, you have to follow this style manual. You can change the style manual, you can present the data most effectively and efficiently by using this all these referring style manual. They are the technology only. So, within a fraction of second you can complete the entire referencing and bibliography work in the research and chapter wise and main bibliography you can do it also. Most related article you can search, you can download and you can cite it. That is way you can do it. For data collection work nowadays, as I told, we are facing lot of difficulties, challenges and problems during the manual conducting the survey. It takes so much of time. Sometimes you have to visit very remote areas and sometimes accessibility of that participants are very difficult also. For consulting 2 to 3 or 5 respondents, we have to spend 3 to 4 days. It is a waste of time sometimes. In order to overcome this problem nowadays, so there are online survey tools are available, like the Google form is there and Survey Monkey. There are the online tools are available. Just if you give the send that link to their emails or to their WhatsApp, if they click on the link, automatically questionnaire will be open. Just they have to tick it and they have to resubmit it. Within 5 minutes you can get the feedback of your questionnaires. That way, by using the technology, we can conduct work most effectively and efficiently. Automatically that Google form will take care for everything, because in manual method they do a lot of errors. Sometimes there is a question, yes or no questions are there. So, are you visiting library means they will tick yes also, tick no also. So, it is very confusing for us while we are data processing we are doing. But in case of technology, it will accept only one, either yes or no. It will never take two simultaneously. That kind of error can be reduced by using this one. After collecting the data, another very important stage of research is, or the research process is, we have collected very raw data for the research work. It is a very voluminous data. It does not give any meaningful decisions if you look into that. So, they are only in the form of tick mark. It cannot be given any accurate insight into that information. Therefore, in order to draw the meaningful conclusion means that raw data which is available in the yes or no format or in the tick format converted into meaningful format, that we call it as a processing of data. So, data processing and data coding, data processing can be done by using various software tools are available. One kind of such kind of software is SPSS. SPSS is one of the most powerful and popular software package for statistical analysis. Heavily it is used across the globe. Every subject, every discipline for any kind of statistical analysis work, you can heavily use this SPSS software, because it can do everything in research. And it is more useful for the data analysis, presentation of data in the tabular form, presentation of data in the graphical forms, presentation of data in the 3-dimensional format, and applying various statistical tests, and based on the test you can draw the very meaningful conclusion, you can draw it, major findings can be traced out. So, that can done is most effectively, efficiently, without any error, without any problem, and we can test the all these statistical tools. If you followed the parametric test, even you can reject the null hypothesis at 1% level of significance. That much of accuracy we can able to apply in your research work. That way you can enhance the quality by applying this SPSS software package or this ICT technology. But if you do manually of all this, it is very difficult for us to do accurate results, because rejection and acceptance of null hypothesis is at very minute level. If it is 0.05 less than the p value means you will reject it. If it is more than 0.5 value of probability value, you will accept it. So, if you do a little mistake in the calculation means it leads the misleading information. You are supposed to reject the null hypothesis, you will accept it. Sometimes you have to reject it, you will accept it. So, this way lot of misrepresentation takes place. So, it gives the very wonder ideas, and it is a blender mode of work sometimes we have to come across in the research work. That way the technology will help us for accuracy, maintenance of accuracy in the results, and also at very precision level you can do the calculation, enhancing the quality of research work. Nowadays there are various software tools are available for the analysis of result work. As I told, SPSS is one of the most powerful, most famous software package for social science. It can be used for all area of disciplines including medicine, engineering, social science, economics, everywhere you can use this. And another one is recently introduced, that is R programming is also there for the statistical analysis or numerical analysis, and the engineering people, they are using the MATLAB for the writing the program for testing the various hypotheses, and SAS software is also available. You can use it for the data analysis and for the statistical analysis. Even Excel tool is a most effective tool for the research work, your MS Excel. So, you can do the preliminary works, almost 70 to 80% of the preliminary works you can do it in Excel. Excel is in some of the area, it is more powerful than the SPSS. Whenever you want to attend the multiple choice questions, if it is more than one option, you have to tick in the questionnaire, but in SPSS it is difficult to handle that kind of, again you have to create each subgroup into different variable, but that can be most effectively done by using the Excel. So, Excel is one of the most, especially for the drawing, generation of the graphs and charts, it is more effective, it is more informative than that of the SPSS, and you can effectively calculate all the descriptive statistics can be done in the SPSS more effective than the SPSS. Excel is most powerful in some of the applications, especially for descriptive statistics. It is more useful for calculation of frequency, mode, median, standard deviation, mean deviation, range, quartile skewness, and all things. It is most effective, and some of the basic statistical tools like t-test, pair test, and ANOVA, f-test, even correlation test you can also apply by using the simple Excel. Excel is a most important software package, that is a numerical analysis package, more powerful also. By using this you can do a lot of exercise, lot of processing activity can be done in your research work. And even recently the Python programming also used for qualitative data analysis. We are also using the Navy is there, Atlas is there, Squad is there for their quality analysis, and also for the development of the various standardized tools for assessment or accessibility of the opinion of the users. And as I told, the ICT technology we can use in the research in 3 stages. Already we have discussed two. The last one is the post data analysis. We can use this ICT. Where are the areas we can use in the post means? So, one of the most important, as already I have covered and discussed, is a reference and bibliography compilation. It is one of the most important work, and everyone has to meaningfully they have to do it. Most of the research scholars, they have failed in proper citation of the research work what they have referred. So, if you follow the any of these referencing style manuals what today we have, so if you follow the EndNote or the Jotaro or the any Mendeley, so these databases they are most useful, they are very useful for the research work. Just if you give the keyword of your research area, automatically you will list all the articles which are available on that area, and it will organize it in the chronological order, country wise and year wise, all whatever the way you want, you can organize that bibliographies, and most beautifully it will give according to your desired format. So, if you want in the, as I told, it is in the API style manual, you can get the API style manual. If you want the any kind of MLA style manual, you can get the MLA style manual. If you want Chicago style manual, you can get the Chicago style. If you want IEEE format, you can change into IEEE format. So, within a fraction of second you can do it. So, the referencing also one kind of very complicated process of work in research that can be done most effectively by using the available ICT technology, that is a referencing tool management, that is Jotaro or EndNote or Mendeley. They can most important, and articles and thesis documentation work by using computers you can do most effectively and efficiently. Today we have various academic accounts are there. Once your research work is over and you have written an article on your research work and it has to be posted in the online for the publication, or already it is published, means automatically this kind of work has to be indexed in some of the very popular academic accounts. What are these accounts? That is Archid ID is there, and Researcher ID is there, Google Scholar is there, and ResearchGate is there. What these are all? They are the academic accounts. It will, all your research output or your research work has been indexed in those IDs, and they will enhance the visibility of your research work. And if anyone can, and your work will be visible across the research world, across the scholar community it is visible. Those scholars will refer your articles and sometimes they will cite also your research article. Through that you will get the citation, through that citation you will get the H index. So, your visibility enhance your so your entire research work is showcasing to the others, and your name, fame, and you are also one of the recognized person in that area of research. Though these academic accounts play very important role for the managing your entire research output in online platform. They are the databases, searching databases. They can track all your citations and also you manage your H index, and your work is most visible in this situation. So, another part of the research presentation is research ethics. No doubt there is a lot of ICT technology we are using in the research work most effectively and efficiently, but nowadays this technology we are misusing it. So, lot of misuses, lot of misconduct, lots of misbehavior in the research, unethical behaviors of doing research because of this technology is taking place across the world. It is one of the most alarming issue in the research world. Therefore, this has to be addressed. That is what the UGC has introduced. The research and publication ethics is one of the paper is introduced as a coursework paper for all the research scholars. Let them, they have to know what is ethics, what is philosophy, what is academic integrity, what is research integrity, what is misconduct, and how the misconduct takes place in the research work, what are the plagiarism, how you are violating the Copyright Act, how you are violating the intellectual property rights, how you have to overcome, what are the softwares are available, how the copy, cut, paste business we are doing in the research work. All these issues has to be addressed today. That is most important. It is one of the most sensitive area of the research also nowadays. So, dear friends, we know ethics means it is a heart and soul of any profession. It is one of the kind of characteristics one has to exhibit. The science of human characteristics. Ethics means it is a science of human characteristics, and it deals about the code of conduct. It deals about the moral action of the human being. And so, it is a art of determining what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. So this way anyone has to, while you are doing any kind of work, means we should have some introspection, whether we are doing it in the right way, whether we are do it in the wrong way, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what according to our consciousness we have to do our research work. So that is the most important issues are concerned in the research work. So while you are doing the research work, so the researcher should follow some institutional guidelines. So they have set of rules are there. They are the set of professional standards are there. They have the set of research policies are there, and according to that policy, according to that procedures and guidelines, we have to do the research. So simply we cannot do the research. So nowadays we are doing the research work only for the sake of degree, not for the sake of knowledge, and many of the research scholars, they are following the many shortcut method for doing the all illegal things in the research work. Therefore, the researcher should adhere to the some guidelines of the research. They should have some professional standards should be adopted while you are doing the research work. We should adopt some code of conduct of research, or the research policy of the institution should be followed very strictly and very stringently. Otherwise, so the quality will be come down heavily, and the misuse of research takes place. It leads for many complications in the society, and totally it will come down the quality of higher educations also. So while you are doing the research, one should have to maintain the research integrity. That is most important for everyone. So it is most essential maintaining the research credibility and reliability of the research in their research work. Everyone has to maintain credibility and the reliability of the research in the scientific research community. So we have to foster this integrity in the academic setup in order to maintain the quality at larger scale. There are some of the addresses, ethical issues in the research. What are the ethical issues we should address in the research work? Number one is the honesty. The researcher should be very honest in his research work, and that honesty should be core to the principles of the research ethics. And so you should be very honest in the selection of the problem, formulation of the problem, formulation of the objectives, data collection, research design, research methodology, sampling design, and data analysis and reporting of the results. You should be honest in all the process of research work. Secondly, transparency. The researcher should maintain the transparency. Everyone should know what kind of methodology he has followed, what kind of statistical treatment he has given for testing the various hypotheses he is formulated, what kind of sampling design he has applied, and how he drawn the sample, which method of sampling procedure he has applied. It should be open to everyone. Everyone follow it, and he can learn something for your research. And you have to maintain the transparency of your research work. That is your research procedures, your data analysis, your statistical procedure, your reporting, everything should be transparent in your research work. And another important characteristics of this ethics is the accountability, because the researcher is the whole and sole accountability for anything and everything happens in your research work, either it is for bad things or it is for the good things. So you are most accountable for the any act of work, either it is bad or good in the research. And open communication. Always researchers should not have any business of hide and seek in the research work. You should openly discuss what are the things you have done it, how the procedures you have followed it, how the data analysis you have done it. You can share your opinion or your experience with others. They will also give some inputs for enhancing the quality of your research work. That you have to do it. You don't hide any kind of content of your research work, procedures followed in the research work. So that will give a lot of in messages in the research work. And another important characteristics of the research is the respect of the participants. Always the researcher should have respect the participants, because he is the primary person from whom we are collecting the data. His personality should be respect. You should take the confidentiality of the respondents for collecting the data, and you have to request them, you have to please them for this work you are taking the data. Definitely you have to convince them. So that is the one kind of characteristics, adhering to the ethical guidelines. So that means while doing the research work, whatever the policy they are laid down, whatever the guidelines they have given by the institution, according to that guidelines, according to that instruction, according to that policy, you have to do the research work. Institutional policies are there, research establishments are there, according research policies are there. You have to adhere to that standards, you have to do the research. And data integrity. So data integrity is most important. Accurate, authentic, reliable data play a very important role in the research for drawing the meaningful conclusion from that data set after applying the statistical tools. You have to maintain, don't do any kind of illegal act of procedures in the data collection. Avoid the bias for the collection of data. Always in the research you should go with collaborative research, because if you integrate 2 or 3 minds, means still the quality of the research is more and more most effective rather than single one. Publication, while your publication of research work, you have to follow the publication procedures. So you have to promote the research integrity in the research work. So promote the research integrity with contributing the overall quality and credibility of research. Most important, fostering environment in which the discovery can be trusted and knowledge can be advanced for the betterment of the society. Another very important misconduct what we are doing in the research is research misconduct. Refer to the unethical practice followed in the research, illegal activities followed in the research, or the misconduct of research. And there are so many illegal practices we are adopted in the research work. So it may includes the fabrication of research data, falsification of research data, manipulation of research data, and also altering the research data, misrepresentation of the data analysis. So altering the data also, so many act of illegal issues we are followed in the research work that has to be overcome, and it has to be stopped in the research work. Otherwise these practices, illegal practices will mar the research activities, and totally it leads for the substandards of your quality of research. You have to avoid all these things. So automatically what happens means it undermines the integrity of the scientific inquiry and damages the credibility of the researchers and the institutions. And because once if it is automatically report in the newspapers about the violation of Copyright Act, about the violation of intellectual property rights, automatically your name, fame, institution name, everything it damages the credibility. Therefore the scientific community at the larger extent you should maintain the integrity in research. So just I will briefly explain about forms of research misconduct. So basically the one kind of misconduct of research is the fabrication of research data. So fabrication means what? It is making of data and cooking the data or results whenever actually collected or observed. This can involve the creating the fractional data to support the hypothesis or claim. Most of the researcher, what they will do is they will collect the minimum data from the respondent. So, the requirement of the sample size still they have to meet out. They could not able to conduct the survey, they could not able to go to the field, they will not collect any kind of data. Simply once they may be enter in the SPS or Excel about the 50 sample size, then so automatically what happens means so they will same data they will copy and paste it, they make it 100, again 100 data set, again copy and paste it, they make it 200, again 200 they can copy and paste it, it is become a 400. Now the size of the sample is 400. So this is how you are going to making the data without conducting the survey, without conducting anything, simply you are copied and paste it by sitting in the computer. So this is totally illegal. So whatever the data you have collected for the 50 sample, so whatever the results are exhibiting, outcomes are there, it is only for 50, it is not for 400, because only 50 you are just added to 8 times, it is become a 400, that is all. So you cannot get any kind of extra characteristics out of it. It is totally behavior. So simply you are creating the data in order to meet out the minimum sample size. It is a totally illegal, unethical practice in the research environment. So falsification, so manipulation of the research data. Sometimes you have in your mind this hypothesis, for example the academic achievement, academic performance between the girls and boys, make the comparison in your research. You have planning to reject this null hypothesis, and we have to make the alternative hypothesis. In this case what happens, what we will do is you have collected the data, boys and girls students, and also one of the variable is gender, boys and girls, and other one of the dependent variable is academic performance score. Between that you have to make the comparison. What is your null hypothesis? There is no significant relation, significant difference between the male and female students with respect to academic performance, and you are supposed to reject this null hypothesis. You have to accept the alternative hypothesis. Alternate hypothesis would be girls are more academic performance than that of the boys. Okay, that was your plan, but actual data it is not supporting of your planning hypothesis. So it will accept null hypothesis only. The academic performance same among male and female. In your data what you are actually doing is you are altering the data, you are cooking the data, you will make some changes in the boys data, so boys score, and you have enhancing the girl score. So has to reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. The alternate hypothesis, the mean score of the girl students should be more than that of the boys. That kind of things we are doing it in the research. That should not happen in the research work. Forcibly you are doing it. So plagiarism, most of the thing nowadays it is a very alarming, one of the most worst situation in the research work. Most of the content we have copied from the online sources or internet sources, the same thing will be pasted in our research work and claiming as my own research work. So that kind of activity is taking place more effectively and more in the today. And also misrepresentation data, most of the cases actual situation data is revealing something and you want to show it some other. For example, in the data the usage of the e-resources is very poor in your data result shows that, but what the researcher will do is he will hide it. So only he will make some changes in the yes or no questions and make it so comfortable. So the very significant number of respondents are making use of the e-resources, totally misleading the entire analysis. That is not the good. So image manipulation we are doing it, graphs manipulation we do it, duplication publications we are also doing it. For example, we have written one article and we are submitting the same article for 3 to 4 journals. So X journal we are submitted, Y journal we are submitted, and Z submitted. While doing at the time you should submit only to one journal. You have declaration form is there. I have not submitted the original or part of the article or full part the article to the any of the publications, that also we are doing the misconduct in the research. Salami slicing means so you have only one article, only one work is there, but fragmenting that entire research work into different multiple articles. For example, there is a one variable you have taken, that is academic score or any score. You have a set of 5 to 6 independent variable. The academic performance of the gender is a one article. Same work is there, and place rural and urban, again academic achievement, another article you are publishing. Type of schools and colleges with respect to academic achievement, same work is there, simply variable wise you are creating multiple publication, you are doing it. That is another important misconduct of research. Ghost authorship, here means there are some of the authors they are really contributing towards the for your research work, but you are not intentionally, you are not going to quote and acknowledge those authors. And there are some authors, they do not contributed anything to your research work, but you are simply giving the acknowledgement those authors, they are called as a guest authorship and management of this. So, last one is so ICT technology to overcome this misconduct of research. Today we have a plagiarism detection tools are there, because heavily we are using and misusing a copy, cut, paste era today in the research. So, this kind of illness and menace should be rooted out, and it should be overcome it. So, in order to overcome this kind of plagiarism content in the research work, we have various tools and techniques are developed by various companies. We call it as a plagiarism detection tools. So, we have a iAuthenticate software is there, it will check the plagiarized content in your research work. If you copied from the any of the online sources, means immediately it will catch hold and it will show the references also. And Turnitin is there, Urkund software is there, recently one more Drillbit software is available. These are the technology we are using to detect the plagiarism content in your research work in order to enhance the quality of your research work. Now the UGC come out with that anti-plagiarism policy. Now for that policy should be maintained and implemented by the every universities across the country, and according to that law every university should adopt and implement this policy, and minimum 10% of plagiarism they have fixed for qualifying your PhD work. And for the online submission of journal articles also we should take care of this ICT technology. Now almost all the articles we are submission through online mode only, and if you want to submit the article to the UGC care list journal also and Web of Science or Scopus or any other elsewhere, Ville, SACE publication, Taylor and Francis, they are very leading publishers. If you want to publish this your article, means through the online mode, you can submit it through the standard procedures, and you have to make a submission of your article for the publication. These are the some of the plagiarism detection tools in order to overcome the Copyright Act or to overcome the violation of the intellectual property rights. So, the technology is the ideal place for the research activities. Therefore, ICT and research, they are going hand on hand, and we are heavily using this technology in the research, but we have to use the ICT technologies for the constructive purpose in order to enhance the quality and visibility of your research work, not to use for any kind of this technology for the destructive work or for the misconduct of research work. With this I will conclude my research my presentation on ICT in research and research ethics. Once again express my thanks to the organizer of this online coaching classes of NET and SET, especially for the journalism department. Once again I express my sincere thank you one and all.